Okay, I'm here at the Honda garage in Blackpool, ready to try two different Hondas, compare the vintage aesthetic, retro aesthetic, and the performance, how I feel about them, what I think about them. So I hope you're going to enjoy this different take on a motorcycle review. So here we've got the CL500, and you can see that scrambler look, but with the modern wheels, modern tank, very stylized. And then we've got the CMX1100, the Tourer, which is the much more powerful engine with DCT. And you got the two bikes there, so it looks a lot more modern, this CMX, even though it's got that bobber kind of design to it. With the engine, it just has a very kind of modern feel, whereas this has got more of a classic feel, even with that modern engine. Anyway, let's take it for a spin and see how we feel. So does this bike have a rocking look? Does it suit the style? Kind of. Still 60s retro feel to it. So what do I think of this? Well, it's great on the motorway. The engine's too powerful for DCT going just round town. It feels like it wants to go a lot faster, that when you're going slow it's clunky. So it's, I would say it's great for motorways, cruising. Great power in it. It feels exciting, but if you're going round town it's too much power, to be honest. So I would say on a 500 would be great. The bike is heavy, so it's not easy it's a tricky situation. You know, it's just even turning around here, a little bit of an incline, it's hard to reverse. Feels good, it feels a lot better seated on it than I thought it would be. So let's have a look around. Yeah, good seating position. I enjoyed it. It felt very rock and roll, and it's just too much power for the DCT, and it's still not smooth. the Hondamatic is so smooth in comparison. The 1978 bike that I've got by Honda, and this feels like the engine technology's there, but the automatic transmission, or whatever you call it, the gear changing technology isn't there. I'm sure if you haven't got anything to compare it by, you'll probably think, oh, that's great. But having ridden the Hondamatic for 3 years, really I want another Hondamatic. Even though I want to update my styling, something a bit more contemporary. And you know, I'm not keen, well, I am quite keen on the Tourer look, but it's not the look that I'd go for. But ideally it'd be the CL500 but with a DCT and a smoother engine. Yeah, tricky one that. It's not the conclusion that I thought I'd come to. Just in terms of comfort, on the way back I was starting to feel strain in my back and a little bit of feeling in my lower back, strain from the arm reach, whereas on the CL500 that was just really comfortable the whole time. So certainly I think while I really enjoyed this bike, I don't think it would be one for me on the long term. And yeah, just get myself in frame. Yeah, I don't think it'd be one for me for the long term, but certainly great if you're just using it at the weekends. Whereas this one, more of a commuter bike, but because it is a little bit clunky, the engine feels a bit lumpy at low speed. I'm not sure how good that would be. So here's the two bikes together. Get a good comparison. And then from the other side, get a good comparison. Both very attractive bikes, beautiful bikes. So this is the CL77 from 1966, you know, and you can see that style of Honda and how it's carried on that style in that tradition. My current bike that is in the garage needing the work on the torque converter is a Hondamatic, and you can see how this really marks a kind of transition from earlier looking bikes and starts to be more kind of 70s, 80s, you know, moving from this kind of style. And I like how it began a contemporary styling that I think the CL500 also has that contemporary styling. So that kind of brutal industrial engine on the bike really fits with how Honda moved from kind of traditional to more experimental, whereas keeping some of the aura of the traditional look. So I think it's a great update of that, but the Hondamatic is a lot smoother. The 1970s is a lot smoother, though less powerful.